But first to our top story. Stephen Hawking, one of the sharpest minds in modern physics, has died peacefully at his home in Cambridge, England, aged 76 this Wednesday. While the world-renowned physicist was best known for his insights on black holes and relativity, his book, A Brief History of Time, becoming an international bestseller. Well, to bring us more on this, Gavin Morley is an expert in quantum physics at the University of Warwick. We can cross live to him, I believe. Mr. Morley, thanks very much for speaking to France 24 firstly. A big question perhaps, but outline for us, if you can, what did Stephen Hawking do for science?
So Stephen Hawking was an inspirational physicist, and ever since Einstein's time, one of the things he was trying to do was to show how gravity and quantum physics can work together. And Hawking's great legacy was to make progress on that problem, because these are the two greatest theories that we have, gravity and quantum physics. But the fact that they don't work together is probably still the most important foundational problem in physics at the moment.
Reactions have been pouring in about Mr. Hawking's death. Some people talking about an intellectual vacuum. I mean, just tell us what this does for the scientific community.
So the scientific community is greatly saddened indeed, and he was a giant of physics, but also equally, I think that he was an inspiration for non-scientists as well, particularly the way that he clearly overcame such difficulties with his disability, and still managed to think through such fascinating, complex problems is really, part of why he was such an inspirational figure.
I mean, an inspiration to millions, you say. If we come back to, the scientific advances that he did, he managed, despite his body being paralysed, to come up with theories, essentially, or help people to understand stuff which is sometimes not that accessible.
Exactly, yes. So in addition to his groundbreaking physics, he was really important in terms of popularising science. I think when I was a kid, then really, he was probably the only physicist that everybody knew. He was the only person who was really trying to take his work out to the man on the street and to help us all to understand the richness and the wonder of physics. I think it's great. He had this quote about advising us all to look up at the stars, and I really think that expresses something deep and important about how science is exciting when it's driven by curiosity and driven by just our desire to understand the universe around us.
OK, Gavin Morley, you're an expert in quantum physics, speaking to us from the University of Warwick. Thank you.